All right, so we're going to take a look at how to solve a level 4 for inverse. I'm going to work on this first problem right here. The f of x equals 6x minus 5 divided by 5x plus 11. All right, our first step is to go ahead and change, replace f of x with y. Okay, so I'm just going to go on my whiteboard and rewrite the equation. So I have fx equals 6x minus 5 all over 5x plus 11, sorry. So my first step is to change this value out for y. So I'm going to write y equals 6x minus 5 all over 5x plus 11. All right, so this is what we are working with. This should look a little bit familiar with getting that y value out here first. Then they want us to exchange x and y, so interchange the x and y. So I'm going to put x over here, 6y minus 5 all over 5y plus 11. So here I interchange that x and y value. My numbers still stay the same. Now I need to get rid of my denominator. And so in this case, it's 5y plus 11. So I'm going to multiply both sides by that 5y plus 11. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this x by 5y plus 11. Okay, remember that you have to distribute that x to both. Okay, so I'm going to have on this side, well, 5y times x is going to be 5xy, and then 11 times x will be plus 11x. This cancels out with this. I'm left with 6y minus 5. Okay, now I need to isolate the y terms. Okay, so get the y terms by itself. So this part gets a little bit confusing. First, I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides. Move that over here. So minus 11x. And at the same time that I do this, I want to also move that xy over to the left-hand side of that equal sign so it lines up with that other y. So these are on the same side. So I'm going to minus 6y, okay, from both sides. Well, this cancels out here, okay, so I'm left with 5xy minus 6y equals, this 6y cancels out with this, so I have negative 11x minus 5. All right, and then now they want me to isolate that y term, okay, or use the distributive property in reverse. So I'm going to take that y out, okay, so put parentheses around and just put the y out here, okay. So you're going to take this y out, put it over here, so I'm going to be left with y times 5x minus 6 equals negative 11x minus 5. Now what I want to do is I want to get y all by itself over here. So as you can guess, I'm multiplying y times 5x minus 6. So now I'm going to divide both sides by that 5x minus 6. Okay, this cancels out, and my inverse is going to be f negative 1 x equals, okay, I changed this back to that inverse, so f negative 1 of x equals, that's where that y went, okay, then negative 11x minus 5 all over 5x minus 6. And that would be my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on my sheet. f negative 1. Don't forget that inverse notation. X equals negative 11x minus 5 all over 5x minus 6. And that would be the answer for that one. Let's take a look at one more, and then you can practice the rest on your own. So we're going to take a look at this one, number 5. Okay, so I have 5x equals x plus 8. I'm just rewriting it over off to the side, 2x minus 3. Okay, so I just took that function and I rewrote it over here. I now need to substitute this for y. So I'm going to have y equals x plus 8 all over 2x minus 3. Okay, now they want me to swap my x and my y values and rewrite it. So x goes over here in place of that y equals y plus 8 all over 2y minus 3. Okay, now I need to get rid of this denominator so I can get up here by itself. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2y minus 3. So x times 2y minus 3. This cancels out with this. Distribute that x, so 2y times x is going to be 2xy. Okay, and then x times negative 3, it'll be negative 3x. Equals y plus 8. All right, now I need to go ahead and get this y on the same side as this, okay? And to do that, I need to exchange these two, okay? So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And I'm going to subtract at the same time that y value right here. Because it's positive y, so I'm going to subtract it from both sides. This negative 3x and positive 3x cancels out. This negative y and this y cancels out. So I'm left with 2xy minus y equals 3x plus 8. Okay. Isolate that y over here, get it outside. Okay. So you're going to pull it out. I'm going to be left with 2x minus, well, y, I pulled that out, so I'm going to have a negative 1 here, equals, okay, put my y out there because I pulled that out, equals 3x plus 8. Divide both sides by that 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1. I'm left with y equals 3x plus 8 all over 2x minus 1. Go back to my sheet, okay? And then I'm going to write my answer on my sheet in proper notation. F of negative 1, x equals 3x plus 8 all over 2x minus 1. All right? Sounds good. That's your level 4 inverse.